Good morning. I'm Don the Boonie Buster, and I am on another little ride up and down here. This is State Route 14 in California on the Mojave Desert, and I've been up and down this road. I cannot begin to count the number of times, and I have been past a particular location. Actually, in a sense, about 1968 when I worked out here. And I have gone past this one location and did not realize how historic it was. And that location is in Red Rock Canyon. And it's a parking lot now in Red Rock Canyon. But back in the day, it was a movie set for many, many Western movies. And I'm going to take you to a location, show you a couple of special locations where the movie Apache Rifles, starring Audie Murphy, was filmed. And a lot of films were made in that area, literally 100 or so. And Apache Rifles was filmed primarily in that one location, in this parking lot. So I'm going to take you up there, and I'm going to show you two significant rocks and rock formations that if you watch Audie Murphy in Apache Rifles, where he's fighting the Indians, and they got a gunfight going on, you'll recognize these rocks. So let's go on up there and I'll show you. Okay, I'm northbound on Highway 14, and that rock formation right over there is the main backdrop for many and many and many a movie. And this is actually just now it's a rest area or parking lot. The main campground is over that mountain right there. It's right over in that direction. And if you go into the campground, there's a there's a museum in there, and there is a list of all the movies that have been made around here. So now we're pulling into the parking lot here, and I'm going to show you a few. Look at that rock formation. Is that unbelievable? Absolutely gorgeous down here. You know how long it takes to make that stuff? Woo-hoo. All right, so now let's pull over here and park. Okay, this is one location. This is the location where the chief's son, Indian chief's son, was knocked off his horse right here, and Audie Murphy came up and was going to kill him, but they decided to save him for ransom purposes. This is where Audie Murphy was going to kill the Indian chief's son. Fell off his horse right here, right at this location. If you look behind me, you'll see some rocks. Those two big red rocks there are going to be very prominent in the scene. And I'll show you a still shot of the scene, and you can see the rocks. Okay, I'm standing behind the rocks now. These are the two red rocks that are shown in the scene. The scene was filmed literally right there. It's a road now. None of this parking lot area was here at the time. This was all looking just about like that is out over in that area out there. That scene was filmed right here. Okay, from here, another scene was filmed just over here by that rock right there. And we'll walk over there right now, and I'll get you a closer look at that rock. What they did out here when they shot movies, since this location is just so perfect for old Western movies, what they would do is they'd set the camera up in one location and shoot a scene in this direction. Then when they wanted to make you think that you went somewhere else, all they do is just turn the camera around like this, and now you've got a completely different scene and makes you think you're in a completely different location. but it's right here. There was so many movies made here. We're gonna walk over now and I'll show you. A little hard walking into stuff. Of course, there's been a little bit more erosion to the rocks and the walkways in here since that time. I don't know when that film was made with Audie Murphy, but I think it was in the 60s, I believe. But Ronald Reagan also was here, made a movie. He beat up a guy on the other side of over here. But that's a story for another time. Right now, I have to huff and puff and get over here to this new rock formation. And let me turn the camera around here and you can see it. That's it right there. The wagon train pulled up. This was flat at the time. The wagon pulled up right there, and they were shooting at the Indians over this way. Huh? I don't know what that is, but we're gonna get over here. This old boy isn't as young as he used to be. Of course, every day you can say that about yourself, huh? All right. All right. All right, I'm going to take a still shot here now, or I'll just turn around. There. And you see that? That's going to look real familiar here in a few minutes. So, wagon train pulled up, not wagon train, actually it was a single wagon carrying the troopers, and they pulled up right here. Right here is where the wagon pulled up. Of course, this wash wasn't here at the time. This is all new stuff that has been gouged out by winter rains. But the wagon stopped right here by this big rock, right here. And there were troopers up there on top shooting down at the Indians who were over in this direction here. And there was one trooper, see if I can get down here, behind this rock right here. And he got shot in a very dramatic way. We'll go over there now and I'll show you something else. Okay, now let's go around and I'll show you where this trooper got shot. If I can get across down here without breaking my neck. Ooh, I'm not going across that right there. That's too much for me. So let me come down here a little bit. I have a sore knee, so I have to be very careful. Very careful. All right. Now we are on the other side. And that's the rock formation. And I will show you where the trooper was. And I'll show you right where this guy got shot. He was hiding right here like this, behind this rock, and he was shooting like this. Bang, 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 at Indians. And he got shot. And he did a double backflip right down here. I think he was trying to steal the show because it was a very dramatic. He didn't die, he was just wounded according to the other actors. But this is where, and then somebody came around and took his place and started shooting again. So there were troopers all up on top of here. It's a fantastic place. There's another movie, well, there was a lot of movies made here, but another one that comes to mind was one filmed in 1954. I have to look at my notes here because I can't remember all this. It was made in, it was made in 1958, and it was called The Big Country. And it starred Gregory Peck, Charlton Heston, Burl Ives, Chuck Connor. And I have two shots, two still shots from that movie. I'll show them now. But one of the scenes shows Charlton Heston riding on a horse around that little curve down there. I'll take a picture of that for you too. Okay, in the movie, The Big Country, it was a conflict between two old men, and one of the leads, I don't remember his name, but he was called Major, and Charlton Heston was his best buddy, and Major was riding out here to go meet his foe to have a do-or-die battle. Charlton Heston decided to join him, and he rode his horse around that, right there where that last big red rock is. He rode his horse around that and joined Major right here on horseback, and the two of them rode into what they call Blanco Canyon, which is a very dramatic and picturesque canyon that is nowheres around here. I don't know where that thing was filmed at that point, but the still shot I have is Major and Charlton Heston right there in front of those same rocks that Audie Murphy killed the Indian under. But Audie Murphy did it in 1964, and Charlton Heston did it in 1958. There are several other movies that were made here, right at this location. There was 100 or so filmed in this in the location around Red Rock Canyon and on the other side of the mountains over there. But in one of the scenes, Audie Murphy in a wagon train was going down through here, and he decided that he was going to go up a canyon to check for Indians, and he rode off on his horse up through that canyon. And the thing is, that canyon's a dead end right up there. You can't tell it in the movie, but it is. You can't go any further than that. And then over here, that little notch right there used to be a little road, and they called it was a wagon, what they called it, the downgrade in one of the movies. And one of the wagon masters says, well, be careful when you're going down the grade. Don't let the team get away from you. And so then the next scene, it showed them stopping at the top and checking things, and then slowly creeping down like it was a big grade all the way down. And really, it's just 100 yards or so. And there was another movie. There used to be a cabin over in this direction, and a well, and there's a fight going on there. And there was several wagons coming from over here. All of this, different movies, all in this location. Very interesting. And you know, I've been going by here years and years and years, never stopped to think about it, never actually realized it till just a few years ago. So I hope you enjoyed seeing where a famous movie star was and where he made some movies. And it's getting hot out here. It's a good location for movies. I mean, the sun is right there. All right, that's it. I'm going back to the car now because it's getting hot out here. It's October, what is it? 12th, I think. I'm not sure. And if you want to see some other locations out here, leave a comment down below. Or if you want to see a different scene here, leave a comment down below. And subscribe to my channel if you aren't. And because most of my videos are on camping and camping locations. But I thought I would show you this scene. Anyway, that's all. I am going home now. Get something cool to drink. See you next time.